Alrighty. So welcome back, everybody. It is Friday. Made her back in here, drove the truck in again. Hard to believe, first time I can say in the 5 years I've been here. In March, we actually drove in. Part of the road coming in is already bare, so in the next week or two it's probably going to get pretty soupy out there. So our next trip or 2 or 3 may actually have to hike in here. Not sure yet about that. Tomorrow, the weather, it's going to be really mild out. It's going to be about 8 degrees, which is what, 47, 48. We got about 25 to 35 millimeters of rain coming, well over an inch of rain. So that should help get rid of a lot of the snow we have left now on the ground. It's going quite quick. It's just so crazy to see. 1 week to the next is so different here. The brook is wide open again, all kinds of water out there. Just here last weekend I had to chop a hole through the ice to get water, so it's going to be a lot easier this week. I can just get down there and fill me buckets, so looking forward to that. Quiet weekend here this weekend too. Didn't bring any animals along at all. Fast Fred and little Lulu and Darcy too. They all stayed home. So it's just Shelly and I this weekend. So got a few little things we're going to do around here and all that. It's going to rain hard tomorrow, so we won't be doing too much outside, but may do a little project in the garage or something too. Not even sure, but that may be the next video. Not even sure I'm going to break it up yet. But anyways, I went to Princess Auto too. A lot of people recommended it, and I wanted to get one, so I got those little the little fan that actually goes on this one you actually put on a chimney. It's got a clamp and that, and it's made to go on the front of the chimney. That way you don't have to take up any of your stove top to sit it on there. So I'm going to dig that out here in a couple of minutes and show you guys, and let's stick that on here and see how that thing works. Should be kind of cool to try it. So this is my little fan that I bought at Princess Auto. I lucked out this time of year. They had it on sale, so I got a pretty good deal on it. It's 40% off. It's kind of nice to see. And it's a nice little, as you can see, it's a nice little fan. Comes with a hose clamp to put around there, and I think it's magnetic also. I think it'll stick on there without even using that clamp. But we're going to find out in a minute. Look at that, nice little fan. It's heavy. I think those are magnets built into that. Let's see if this will... Yeah, they are. Look at that. Well, there you go. That was hard. The install. So basically, what's that all about? Oh, if you want to hang it, I guess. This hose clamp goes around that just to secure it. So what do we got here? I can probably even just leave it for now, because it will magnetize on there too, right? That's probably where I'm going to stick it permanently, right there. And I probably should have done this before the stove got hot. This is made to go right around, right? Well, there you go, guys. You can see, and this thing was only stuck in there for 2 minutes. It's already starting to spin at a really good rate here. I think that was a good little investment right there. Nice to get the water this week without having to cut a hole in the ice. There's lots of water here. Lots in the brook. Nice to see it open again. There. Might as well go for broke, right? So nice when this lawn's bare again. There's a lot of snow here. Tomorrow is going to take lots of her away though. I'm thinking. Well, there we are. Slippery. Alrighty, one more bucket. There we go. So nice to have that easy access to water, I know that. Need to clean all these up now from the hostas and everything. They can all be cleaned up this weekend, or maybe wait a week, I guess. A little early. She's a little early. Great day to be alive, really is. Great day to be alive. Yeah, can you ever feel that little thing move in the air? That's working really well. You can really, feel the air coming off that. Kind of makes you wonder, because you read the reviews of stuff sometimes, and I'm a firm believer. I read the reviews on anything before I buy it. I went on their website in Princess Auto, and like 7 or 8 reviews said, oh, they're great, they move the air really good around your room, and then there was like 2 reviews said they weren't worth their money, they didn't move any air at all. But I went with the 7 or 8 positive ones that said it was good, because you know what, this thing is actually really moving air. I can really feel that. So, and it's spinning quite quick too. You guys probably can't even see it there now. It's just pretty much in a blur already. So, and as soon as this stove started going, that thing started spinning almost instantly. So it doesn't have to get that hot to operate either. And this is going to be kind of unique, I think, and be kind of nice to have. Should help push the heat across to the bedroom. That's always been the hardest point when we get here. The bedroom's the coldest room. It's the farthest room from the stove, which is also a bonus at night when you're trying to sleep, because then it hopefully doesn't get too hot in there at night. But anyway, it's nice to have that on there. And we're going to have some nachos tonight for supper, just something basic, and probably, again, just throw them in here to warm them up after we construct everything, throw everything together. So, bird feeders are empty this time when we get back. I had to go out there and fill them. That's the first thing I did before I even lit the wood stove. There were just chickadees everywhere sitting in the trees there looking at me like, hey man, what are you doing here? So, but luckily there was the suet. There's still lots of suet there, so at least they weren't hungry. They had something to eat. But I'm thinking there was some blue jays or something here probably, and they'll clean the feeders out a whole lot faster, the big birds will. But anyways, it's nice. It's warming up in here quickly. It's already up to 10 degrees, 50 degrees or so inside, and 7 degrees outside. So we're on the rise in here now, which is nice. 44 degrees outside, and it's 50 in here now. So, but it's nice to have you guys back again this weekend. You know what? If you like the content, subscribe. Hit the button on the bottom. Hit the notification bell and all that. And like the video if you do like it. You know, can definitely use it. I definitely appreciate it when people do that. So, and all the feedback has been absolutely wonderful. The questions and the responses and that. It's quite a community we're putting together here already. So, I must say it's really nice to have you guys here again. So, anyways, I'm going to show you guys. They say in the reviews that this thing has no flow to it. I mean, as soon as I get anywhere near in front of that, and I'm not letting go of the lighter, that's going out on its own. So that thing is pushing pretty good air for a smaller fan. Some people say, well, you can't feel any air at all coming off it. It's going to help, I think, drastically in pushing the air right across the room in here. Should be a nice little addition, I think. Alright, well, we're started on our nacho build here. The hamburger, get that all fried up here and browned, and I got some taco seasoning right in the hamburgers, the way I do it anyway, personally. I think everybody's got their own way of doing them, but I just brown the hamburger with the taco seasoning, about a half a package with a pound or pound and a half of hamburger, and then we're going to cut up some onions and some peppers and throw her all together and grate some cheese. Should be a good quick Friday night, nice little comfort food. All right, well, for today's edition of Davy Dum Dum, in the process of making supper here, the nachos, we need peppers, we need hamburger, we need onions. Well, guess what Davy Dum Dum forgot at home? So we have to now halt production of the nachos for a few minutes here and take a drive out to the store and get some onions because we need them for tomorrow's dinner also. It's going to pour rain and be miserable tomorrow, and I'd rather just stay here and stay dry tomorrow. So anyway, stay tuned here in a little bit because we got to head out to the store and get some onions, and we'll be back very shortly. Today's edition of Davy Dum Dum. Well, there we go, guys. We made a trip to the store for these bad boys because I was gonna say the heck with it and not bother having it on the nachos, but what are nachos without onions in them, right? So take a couple of these. Kind of funny too, they're just tiny, the ones I had there, but they're better than nothing. So chop a couple of these down, see what I can do. These up, dice them up. Brought my little thing along that I did the French fries with when we did the poutine, because it's so much quicker to dice up anything. All over the floor, so much quicker to do it that way. So grew a fair crop of potatoes here last year, and they like the soil, they grow quite well. We grew cucumbers, we could hardly use them all, we had so many cucumbers. So I want some cucumbers and squash this year for sure. And I've saved just recently some seeds for some nice acorn squash, I guess you'd call them. There's something there, it shouldn't be there. Not sure what that is. Like that. Like that. My viewers had said it's good to put a wet tea towel under here to keep it sliding around. That's a really good idea. Whoops, it's all coming apart here on me. There we go. And I should probably have a wet tea towel there. Would help with the process. There, onions are diced. That still makes me cry too. Still get them in the eyes. Time to do up some peppers here now. Same process. And I'm going to try what my viewer said, because this was a great tip. Put a wet cloth under here because this thing slides all around. What a great idea. Okay, let's cut this guy out. That was a really good idea. These in here. There we go. This is working quite as good this week. It definitely makes it a whole lot easier, boys. Almost done here. And that's nice because everything's cut uniform. It's a nice thing about this. It's all the same size. There we go, look at that. There's everything for putting our nachos together. Now we need a bowl here to put all this in. There we go. Onions and peppers. Now we gotta grate some cheese, I guess, and then build some nachos. It's gonna be really good. Favorite part of the whole process. Grating cheese. Gotta be an easier way than this. I guess you can buy it shredded. Some people would do. Okay. Well, let's assemble some nachos. A few chips in here first. This is not the greatest thing to put them in, but it'll have to work, I guess. We don't really have a pizza pan here to do them on. It's going to be hard to dig out of here is going to be the problem once they're cooked. But anyway, That's the way we do them. This hamburger's all cooked. Best way to do her. Hands are made before tools. Some of this mixture. I already smell them cooking, guys. They're going to be wonderful. Tasty, tasty meal. Is it the healthiest? Probably not. There we go. Another layer of chips. Smells really good. Well, all kinds of toppings in there. This is going to be quite a nachos, I think. Whoops, cheese on the floor. Too bad there's no beagle here to grab it. Because like there wouldn't be a beagle hovering or nothing when I'm doing this if she was here. No. I guess she's not a stupid beagle. She knows. Davy Dum Dum, otherwise known as Messy Dave, drops a lot of stuff on the floor, so the beagle seems to get lots of free treats. She hangs around me. She knows enough. Seems when we're eating dinner, she doesn't leave my side. Shelly's a little more careful than Messy Dave. Oh, see? Just dropped a chip, see? Where are you, Darcy? Miss you. Not. Oh my. We're getting full here. This is definitely going to be like a wow. Wow, wow, wow. Because there's so many veggies still left here. Whew. Pile them in. Yes, folks, this is nachos. That is all kinds of stuff. Man, I really don't need all these, but waste not, want not. Wow. This is going to be quite a supper, folks. I'm going to put this on and then the cheese on the top. And with some salsa on the side and sour cream, we will be having these in a few minutes. We're going to have to throw them in the chimney oven for a little bit here to heat up. And they're going to be tasty. That's a tray of goodness. Tray of goodness right there. Let's put the rest of this on. Here we go. Look at that. Nachos it is. They look almost good enough to eat. So anyways, had wonderful nachos. They came out really, really good. Had a really good meal. Nice, it's finally warmed up enough in here now that I can get my coat off. Kind of had the coat right on until we finished eating for some reason. But anyways, it's like 21 degrees in here now, 70 degrees. And it's like +4 outside. So that's what, 37, 38 degrees, I believe, +4. Anyways, a lot of people been asking the question on the video I did where I cleaned the chimney, why the pipe runs at an angle like this. Well, there is a reason. I didn't do this on purpose, but when I initially put the stove in, I had the stove sitting right below where the chimney is here. The chimney is going up almost right at the peak of the roof, and the chimney goes up past the roof. So when the stove was over here, my draft was unbelievably, it was almost too good. With two dampers on that pipe, double damper, one above the other, and even with a good door gasket on this stove and everything else, when we had a windy night, if I closed both dampers and shut it down, it would still burn really, really aggressive. So anyways, with the wood stove here, I didn't like the seating area of this camp. It wasn't really very efficient. So because all we had, I got a love seat up in the loft here. You can't see right now. The couch used to sit in the loft, and the only reason I have the pair is because when I went to buy, I only wanted to get a couch. Buddy had the pair for sale. He wouldn't sell me one without the other. So one of them has always been a kind of a pain to have here getting kicked around because there's no room down here for two. So anyways, originally we had the love seat sitting over here along underneath the window. And I just didn't really like the way the sitting area was. You would sit here and kind of just look at each other, right? Which was, and you couldn't really look out the windows because you were looking across the camp. So I wanted to put the couch here. I wanted to move the wood stove over here to the corner, kind of as a focal point. You look out the windows past the stove. Well, in the process of doing that, this is a metal roof and everything else, so it's not so easy just to take and move the chimney. I just simply ran two elbows and ran it down in. Well, here's the deal. Before I put this chimney oven affair in, I still had, with two dampers, so much draft, even with two elbows, that when it was a windy day, it would still, this stove would just rock at night. I'd load this up going to bed, and it'd wake up 2 in the morning. It would be 28 degrees in here. It'd be so hot that you couldn't turn it down low enough, because again, even with a good door gasket and that, it is an older stove. It's, you know, it's not an efficient one, but it is an approved one. Anyways, by moving this over here, before the chimney oven was in, it still had that much draft. Once I installed the chimney oven, it just got it down to a manageable amount that when I turn the dampers down and everything, I can slow this stove down and actually run it. It's a whole lot more controllable, and we can get almost a whole night burn out of it now if I put some actual hardwood in it. So that kind of explains the angle. I know it looks strange. People think it's low, that I'm going to hit my head on it, but you can see it's clearly a whole lot higher than my head. The only way I'd ever hit my head, I'd have to be, you know, even over here, it's not that close. So it must be a bit of an optical illusion, I think, in some of the videos, because people think I have to duck underneath this pipe, but I can barely reach it with my arm all the way up. So just kind of a little confirmation. I want to let you guys know. Anyways, I think we're going to kick back here just a little longer this evening. Probably watch a bit of Netflix again, one of the series or something that we like to watch on there. And, you know, it's going to be a fairly early evening, so I think I'm going to shut her down for the evening for now with you guys, and we'll probably talk to you in the morning. You guys have a good evening. Well, good morning again, everybody. It's Saturday morning. Just finished my coffee. And this guy sitting on the squirrel feeder over here. It is going to pour rain today. It's the calm before the storm. You can really feel it, almost smell it in the air. We got 25 to 35 millimeters, like an inch to an inch and a quarter rain coming today. And she's going to be a wet one, high winds too. So it's a fairly mild morning. It's +2 right now, 35 degrees or so, and it's like 25 inside, so like 77. Again, had a wonderful sleep. That new fan I put on the wood stove, thing's working awesome. It's in there just spinning. It was neat to watch a bird feeder here a few minutes ago. There's a purple finch showed up. He wasn't on the thistle though, or the Niger. He was on just the blue one over there. He sat there 10 minutes. Like, it's so neat. They're so passive to watch them sit there and eat. They're not like the chickadees do the dine and dash, but it's cool to watch, because the finches, when they sit down, they're sitting down there to have a meal. They ain't going anywhere for a while. But anyways, you can hear the squirrels all that going on up in the trees here. It's so radically different here, just one week to the next, especially this time of year. But I mean, you can look down here and see now the brook is all wide open, running hardcore. Most of the snow has already gone around the bank here. Even when you pan around to the side here, the brook, that's all open. Remember last weekend, I just had to chop a hole through the ice over there to get my water. Well, it's wide open again. So it's just crazy again to see how radically this place will change one week to the next. But go for a walk out front there and see, show you out front what it looks like. Bird stickers are looking good in the windows too, I got to say, up there. They're hopefully helping. I'm going to show you guys these for a sec, see if you can see them. There you go. Pretty neat, eh? Not sure if you can see that well or not, but they're not, I thought they were going to be terrible at first, but you know what, I'm getting used to them already. Anyway, I'm just going to take you guys for a quick little walk out front and just show you how much, again, this place has changed in just a week. Drove in the old Ford, like the ground already here is all bare. This was all ice and snow just last weekend. In front of the garage, it's all gone, like it's going fast, and you wait till today, big rain coming, and the wind especially will help melt it. It's going to be, I think, 8 degrees today, 8 or 10 degrees. Mud season right around the corner, obviously. You can see everything is already starting to thaw out here, the top layer, so it's not going to be long. She's going to get muddy. And I'm thinking next weekend, I get a few maple trees over to the side. I might even tap a couple trees there and make a bit of maple syrup. I've done it before, and you know, maybe I'll do it again, show you guys how to make a bit of maple syrup. What's Tin Man thinking today anyway? How you doing, buddy? He's saying, you know what? It's looking better. it's looking up. It's looking better every day, he says. Hopefully Tin Man's going to have a good summer here. Clean up this flower bed a little bit here soon. You can see that now too. That's starting to melt. Showed you guys in the last video. You couldn't see much because everything was covered in snow, but it's coming around. Front field here is starting to become available again. Again, it's going to be pretty soggy for a while, but won't take too long. We may even have to hike in here next weekend. I don't know what the road's going to be like yet, because you can see there's already mud getting on the road. So we're getting into mud season, as you guys can see. Somebody went up through here in an ATV and they ran right over top one of my wild blueberries. It was good of them, but people don't care, right? Anyway, you can see the veggie garden. It's starting to expose. You can see the edge of it here. This was probably the remnants, one of our cucumbers last year. You can see the end of the vine is still here sticking out of the ground, the old cucumber plant. So, but anyways, it's looking good really soon here. Things are definitely changing. Still a foot of snow there though. It's quite a bank. But as we go up the hill here, I'm thinking all on this edge here is where I'm going to put raspberries. Out here into the field a ways, I'll plant my raspberry plants and blackberry plants. What I've been thinking, because again, these are blueberries. This is all blueberry here. They're a thin high bush, but then there's blueberries here. Yeah, wasn't that awesome? Somebody drove right through the center of that. Drove right over the blueberry bush. They don't care with their tracks, but broke some of this down, but yeah, they broke some of it right off. But anyway, it's there's a few of them up here randomly. So again, my blueberries I have in there, I think I'm going to randomly put them up here. And I don't expect to get much harvest from any of this stuff at all. I'm sure the animals are going to have a heyday out here with it. But anyway, yeah, I don't mind people driving by here, but man, oh man, especially this time of year, they start tearing stuff up, right, with the bikes. Getting kind of muddy over there. Anyway, whoops. It's a few projects we're going to do here today, but they're going to be probably in the next video, so I hope you guys had a good time hanging out with us for a little bit. I know it was nothing real dramatic this week we did, but still enjoyed ourselves. Had some good nachos for dinner, and it just was nice to have you guys back hanging out again. So I think we're probably going to cut the video off very soon here, and to say today's going to be a good day for a good day. Today is going to be a new day, and hopefully we'll get a few things accomplished around here. But anyways, watch the big old Ford. Yeah, the birds are coming to the feeder and all that, and everything is looking pretty good. You can see how much the snow is even. There's still a lot here in the lawn, but you can see how much it has already dropped because it was up as high as this fence just a week or two ago. And you can even see here my pallet wood and all that's all starting to become exposed, so almost time to start taking some of that in the garage and process it, pull some nails, because this stuff is gold once you want to reuse it. But anyways, once again, it was great having you guys here, and gonna be a good day for a good day, and I think I will talk to you very soon. And if there's nothing else you're going to do, you know, please just try to live simply and remain grateful. Thank you so much, and you guys have a good day.